is simply the liquefied petroleum gas. I'm sure Brother Sami will bear with me sometimes when I go wrong. Yes, as a chemical engineer, you direct me. So we want to know, what is the use of the LPG? We use it to do what? We cook at home. Formerly, it was charcoal. By the time, even before charcoal, it was firewood. And by the time you finish with the firewood, for your whole house is full of smoke. One gets our body, your body is off. Then gradually, evolution came in, things changed. We started using the charcoal. And the disadvantage of using the charcoal was that people were cutting down all the trees to burn charcoal. And that was also creating another disadvantage for us, weather change. Without all the trees, there was not going to be any rain. And our soil was suffering. We were not getting the right food or the right harvest. So gradually it changed until the government asked that everybody should try and use the LPG. So it was introduced. Initially, there were hiccups, ups and downs. There were problems with it. And it is so because whatever you begin doing, you have a problem with it for the first time before you can continue. And then with time, you are able to do it. So now we are going to do using an LPG gas safely at home comes down in 3 forms. The first one is the installation and the placement. The second one is the daily use and then conducting leak test. The installation and placement, what is it? When you buy the extinguisher, the cylinder. I'm used to the extinguishers because of the security issues. When you buy the cylinder, the first thing that you have to do is look beneath the cylinder itself. You will see the expiry date, the manufacturing date, and the expiry date beneath the cylinder. It is there. Most people don't even know about this. They only go to the market, they see it fresh and brand new. They just pick and pay for it. The cylinder has an expiry date of manufacture. The cylinder has a manufacturing expiry date. It has the date that it was manufactured, and it is there. Normally, it's about 5 years, then it goes off. But here, what we'll do is that, yes, ideally, you use it for only 5 years because of the way we use it. But what we'll do is that when the oil pour on it and it's rusting, then we call the sprayers to come in and refurbish it, spray it again, and we send it back. So we have to take note of that. It's very, very important. Anytime you go to buy a cylinder, take note of the manufacturing date and the expiry date. It's very important. Now, when you bring it home, you always try and keep it upright. To say the AC way. This is the cylinder. It shouldn't lie like this. It should always be like this. It should stand upright. You keep it in a well-ventilated area. You don't put it inside your cupboard, your kitchen cupboard, and close it. Or you go and put it beneath at the basement. Why you always put it at a ventilated area is that in case there's leakage, the wind or the air that blows around can carry it away. So that even when you come and you don't know, you strike your match, you won't have any burning or explosion. Fortunately, the manufacturers of this LPG gas, they drop some chemical inside to give you a peculiar scent, like petrol. Petrol comes raw. There's no scent. But before they distribute it, before they bring it out, they drop this chemical inside. Then it gives you a peculiar scent. So you know that this is diesel, this is super. And that is what they do. So that they will also put it inside the cylinder or the LPG that will be distributed to you. They put it inside so that then you will smell it. So when you go inside the kitchen and it's there and you smell it, quickly you know that, yeah, my LPG gas is leaking. Don't put it in the kitchen cupboard, like I said, your bedroom or the basement of your house. The bedroom people use the smaller ones and they live in just one room. I don't know how to call it. Is it a self-contained apartment or one room? And everything of his or hers is inside. And so she wouldn't want to make people know what she's doing. So she's always inside. And she puts on the gas inside the room and she cooks with it. There, when it's there in the bedroom, if anything happens, ventilation will not be too much. So if there's a leakage, quickly, there will be an explosion and you will burn. You must also place it away from heat, flames, and reasonable distance from the stove burner as the top. So it shouldn't be too close. It should be away from the burner. And this is what I was talking about, putting it in the kitchen cupboard. If it's there and you close it, the gas leaks, it's accumulated inside. As soon as you strike the match or the distance, boom, and it will explode. So we've spoken about how to keep it. Put it on a flat. Please go back. Put it on a flat, maybe a platform, a small one. But normally it's not cement or concrete prescribed. It is wood. You put it on wood. So you get a wooden slab like this. And you place it on it. Why? On the cement or on the floor, it becomes moisture underneath it. There's moisture. Sometimes you are cleaning the kitchen. You pour water. So you are unable to clean all the water. Some of the water stays beneath it. And this one, what happens is that the base of the cylinder begins to get rotten. Yes, because the water and all those things that get under, they all have their chemicals inside. And then it erodes the cylinder. Yes, sir. Now, the daily use, you bring it to your house. You've re-rated it very well. It's in a well-ventilated area. But what do? You check if everything is in place so that when you are using it, there will be no problems. And so what you do is that, first of all, you check the seal and hose. There's a seal. When you go to fill the cylinder, there's a rubber in the middle there, a black rubber. First of all, check if it is there. If you've been using the cylinder for a long time, it becomes brittle, hard, so that when you fill, there's still leaks. So anytime you go to fill, you change the rubber. And first of all, when you buy the cylinder, you check if the rubber is there. Now we have the hose. There are different kinds of hose. We have the high pressure hose and then low pressure hose. The low pressure hose, they are big. Those ones, they are used for these industrial cylinders. But the high pressure ones that we use in the kitchen, they are very small. The diameter is very small. Then you buy those ones. When you are buying it, you check if there are no cracks. Because some of these people who sell these things, they sell second-hand hose. And if you're not careful, you buy a hose that has cracks. But it looks new. When you go home and you use it, you, you will see cracks. Now, Like I said, okay, replace your hose every 2 years, like you are replacing your cylinders too. Every 2 years, because the gas that pass through, at a point in time, the hose become very, very hard. The hose become very hard, and that it can easily break. So after using it for 2 years, you change and buy a new high pressure pipe. Like I said, also change the rubber seals when you go for refilling. When you go to the place to fill your cylinder, you check the rubber seal and change it. Conducting leak test. This, how to fill this cylinder and where to fill it and how it is connected, these are all joints. And joints, because as you thread them, some of the threads may jump over. So then it will cause a leakage. So what you do is that after you've connected this thing to the valve, this is the valve, and then you make a soapy water and you use it to check. If you don't have this, you can just do some soapy water in a bowl and you sprinkle it on the valve. You will see some foam coming out. As soon as you see the foam coming out, that means that the valve of the cylinder is leaking. Okay. How to put it on? Everybody here has his own way of putting on the cylinder. There are different ways people do it, but ideally, if you have your burner, you have your cylinder, you've connected your hose to the cylinder, the burner. When you are coming to cook or use it, what you do is that, first of all, you check out if there are no leakages or smells. Then you will go to the cylinder. After you've placed your regulator on it, you will go to the cylinder itself first. Put on the cylinder on the regulator. Then, before you come to the stove, the burner or the stove, then that one, when you enter, you don't just strike your match. You hold on for some time, and then you open the burner, the knob of the burner, you strike your matches, and then you light your fire. You don't light the matches or the lighter. As soon as you enter the place, your lighter or your matches is already lit. It's already lit. And if you do that, one day, there will be an explosion because there will be a leakage that you might not have noticed. And this LPG is a compressed fuel. It leaks in a way that it travels a very long way. So if there are no proper ventilations, as soon as it travels, and it goes there and it gets some heat or fire, then it will explode. And if it explodes or it gets the fire, it will come back to the source. So when the fire from there traces it will come back to the source. And then what happens is that there will be another explosion again. It's nice to use, but if you are not careful, it will be your enemy. So you have to be careful the way you use your cylinders. If you see a blue flame, what's up? Burner, you've put on the burner, and the flame is very blue. That means that you are getting the right source. Everything is okay. But if you see that orange or yellow in between the blue, there are two things. One, you are not getting the proper passage from the cylinder to the burner. You're not getting it. Two, it's entered the burner. You understand it? Yes. When we cook our food, water even water goes inside there and it dries up. Rice that we are stirring on the burner, some enter there and then it chokes. So when the gas is coming out, you don't get the right blue light. That one, there are two ways to deal with it. The first way is to put off the cylinder. First, put it off. Then secondly, after putting it off, you go back to the burner and try and remove all the debris inside. You will see that as soon as you put something inside to remove, you get some black little things coming out. Then you clear the pathway. If you don't do that, you always get this orange and yellow light coming. Before you realize, all your utensils are black. They are black because you are not getting the proper burning. Shall we move on? So, he has fixed his cylinder. He has started cooking his food and look at the light. It's yellow. It means that things are not right there. Now, good ventilation. You have to get good ventilation. And that is why he's opening all the windows. So that if there's any leakage, the wind or the air inside can blow it away. Quick don'ts. Don't tilt or roll the cylinder. And this is what a lot of us we do. We buy the cylinder, we fill, and because we cannot lift it, we put it on the ground like this, and we start pushing it like we are pushing lorry type. And most people do it. They push it because it's safer for them. They think that they can do it faster and go home. Don't repair the valve yourself and contact the appropriate personnel. Do not store a spare cylinder at home. Why? Because if there's an explosion, the first one, it can affect the second one, and there will be multiple explosions. Quite recently, I think we all heard of it, the Accra police station annex, Central Police Station. Yes, people were living in the room all right, in the place, they were living all right. But they had deep freezers and cylinders also within, a lot of cylinders. So when the flood entered, it caused electrical fire. Some of the cables bent. And then they started fire. And then this fire, I believe that some of the cylinders there were leaking. So when it started with the fire, even in the water, it started with the fire. It caught up with the gas and there were a series of explosions. And that is what caused the severe burning of their deep freezers and all those things there. Then this 11 years explosion at a circle also, is a circle or Medina, Adabraka, yes, when it was raining. Gas is such that it is lighter. So when you mix it with water, the water goes down, it settles, and the gas will continue to be on top. It is like petrol. It will be on top. So anywhere it flows, the water flows stores, and there's fire, quickly it will ignite, and there will be burning and explosions. So we have to take note of that, especially this one. We have to take note of this one. We have to be very careful because that one too can cause explosions. All the gas will return from the burner into the cylinder, and there will be pressure because it has when you heat kakra, yes, there's some heat. There's some heat there. Yeah, there's some heat there. So as soon as it rushes back to the cylinder also cannot take it. It expands. that thing inside the cylinder, it can expand. It is like car tire. When you are moving, it expands, especially in the afternoon. It will expand. So when it expands, it can no longer hold it. So what will happen is that, bam, so blast. Connecting and changing a cylinder. Check before you buy the cylinder. Check for expiry date at the rear end of the cylinder. I said it earlier on. Ideally, it is best to change the cylinder every 5 years. Yeah, it's all of us. It's all of us. We think that, we can go and refurbish it. We paint it nicely. We give it to the sprayer. Yes, they'll do it nicely and spray it and then bring it back. But I'm telling you, majority of us who go to buy new cylinders, we never even care to check for the expiry date. Most of us don't know about it. And it's very important. Because they say that the older the cylinder becomes, the weaker the valves also becomes. And if you're not careful, boom, it will explode. And when gas explodes, you know what happens. Hello? So, can we go further? Hello, please go back once. The previous slide. So, you see, the expiry date, 2027. That's the expiry date. Okay. Habits that prevent 90% of accidents at home whilst using your cylinder. Proper ventilation whilst cooking. We've mentioned that already. Don't drag the cylinder. Roll them on the base. You see, so you don't drag it. When you drag it, there's some vibration. And the vibration will spoil the valve. So always you have a problem with your valve. So you roll it at the base. At the base. If you go to the hospitals, you see them, the bigger cylinders, you see them do that. But appropriately or ideally at the hospital, they have a cylinder carrier that they have to use to carry the cylinder. Keep kids away while cylinder is in use. Could you go and check the food on the fire? That little boy or that little girl doesn't know anything. They might start playing with the knob. If you're not careful, there's a leakage, there's an explosion. It will kill your child. Don't use 2 cylinders using a T-joint unless it's installed by a certified technician. Well, you know a T-joint? It's here. Good. This is a T-joint. You are using 2 cylinders or 1 cylinder on 2 burners. One is here, one is there. You fixed your hose and then you have a T-joint. It is not good because one of the burners, the knob of one of the burners will be leaking. Might be leaking, you don't know. And so when you open the cylinder and the gas passes through, one of them, which is faulty, will then now catch fire. And it will affect the second one. So it's not good to use the joint to do this thing here. You see, the child has gone to take care of the food on the fire. Anything can happen to that child. You see how the person is rolling the cylinder on the base, at the base. But when you look at all the pictures, you will notice that the base of the cylinder is getting rusty. Just because it's placed flat on the ground, on the bare floor. And like I said earlier on, the water and all those things that get under, they get it rusty. So you look for the wooden plate and fix it on it. That one you can pick it up, go and dry the wood. If it's okay, and you come and put it back. But that one too is an agent of fire, the wood. Because it will support burning. The wood, it supports burning. So you have to be very careful. Don't put any rubber thing on it. Because the rubber, it will melt. It will melt and the whole thing will catch fire. I believe so far we are getting somewhere. Buddy, since your cylinder needs servicing, suits on, utensils, like I said earlier on. You see how the kettle is black. Indeed, kettles are black, but not by force, sir. Now, see here, the valve is leaking. That's the valve leaking from the regulator. So you have to also check for that. The woman has just smelled the leakage. And that's why she's like this. So as soon as you get into your kitchen or wherever your cylinder is placed, make a conscious effort to smell. Make sure that you smell the leak. If it's clean, fine. But as soon as you hear the leak or the smell of the cylinder, the gas, open all the windows. Then, for a small time, the wind or the air will blow it away. Then you can put on your cylinder and use it safely. You might also experience that as soon as you put on the burner, 2, 3, the fire goes off. A small time, the fire goes off. You go to put it on. Small time, the fire goes off. It means that the cylinder is not getting the right passage. Either something is sitting on the hose, or the hose has been locked in a twine. Abopo. Also, then that one, if they don't hear, abopo. So it will keep going off. You have to go check the line to see that you have the right passage for the gas to pass through. What to do if you have all these problems with your cylinders at home? Report a hazard immediately and always stay prepared for emergencies. Here we don't have people who service like an office or like a company. Most of the people who do work with the cylinders are the same people who sell them. And at the filling stations, the people who fill the gases normally. But ideally, if you have a problem, you contact the fire service. It will be the appropriate place to go to. And then you have to know their number. In an emergency, you dial 192. In an emergency, when you have an emergency like that, you dial 192. It goes to the fire station, then you report to them your problem, and they will come and rectify it and help you. Now, we have spoken about reporting gas leaks. Ensure proper ventilation. Know how to turn off your gas supply. Then avoid open flames and sparks. Then keep emergency numbers and safety equipment ready. And one such safety equipment is the fire extinguisher. The fire extinguisher is very, very important. It's a first aid appliance. So that when you have it at home, there's any problem, at least you can use it to douse the fire. Before then, you can call for help. And you should know the types of extinguishers that we have. That one maybe one day we will go inside. But we have one here, which is can you please bring it? It's a dry powder. Oh, yes. This is a dry powder, 5 kg dry powder, and it's used to extinguish electrical fires and petroleum fires, gas. So maybe if you want to buy, if this 5 kg is bigger, there are smaller ones. We have 3 kg, we have 2 kg, and we have the ones in our cars too, those smaller ones. Yes, so if you can't buy this big one, you can buy the smaller one, which is our 600 Ghana cedis. Yes. This one is 1,000. But there's a smaller one. It's also dry powder. And we have the CO2. The CO2, which also deals with the electrical fires, oils, and then gases. Arnold, can we? Yes. So that will be for the LPG cylinder. Now we are going to the office environment. Office safety focuses on preventing physical injuries, minimizing fire and electrical hazards, and promoting ergonomic well-being. It requires a shared effort between management and staff to maintain a clean environment. So, Papa has put on this nice edifice, and he places benches here. I'm not saying benches are not good, but because we'll be sitting down for a long time, we have to sit on a chair that will aid your back, that will aid your waist. And so you see that in the offices, they have special swivel chairs that have your back protected. All these things come to help the worker work properly, so that there will be absence of sickness, there will be absence of accidents, there will be absence of any negative tendencies that will affect the worker. Then if it affects the worker, that means that production is low. If production also goes low, no money, then they will have to lay people away. So it is a collaboration between staff and management. But the Labor Act 2003, Section 118, indicates that it is the responsibility of all employees to ensure that their staff are treated well and they have the right working environment. So that you just don't do anything anyhow. It's very, very important. And it is your right. If you are sitting on a chair or you are using a bench or table at your office, it's not right. It is your right to tell your employee. Juliet, are you going to tell Papa? So these are some diagrams of ergonomics. Ergonomics, put in a nutshell, is a scientific arrangement between staff and employees, like I said earlier on, to ensure that staff are well catered for, so that you don't sit down with any chair and then by the time you wake up, I'm dead though. You go to sleep and you can't wake up again. Your whole back is paining you. So you sit on the right chair. Even the table where you have your computer should not go above your head, so that you always raise your head. It will strain your neck. It should be at par with your eyes. And so the table will have to be shorter. You sit down and the computer is par to your eyes. You don't strain your eyes. You should always make sure that, like, this place is illuminated. You make sure that wherever you are, the light is okay. There's no darkness, and you are inside the darkness, and you are straining your eye to see whatever you are doing on the computer. So these are some of the things. You see the man sitting behind the computer desk and his computer. Look at his posture. He's sitting down properly on a very good chair that is supporting his back and his waist. So he will not be feeling the pain. In fact, if you sit down for a long time, you will feel it. But at least you are saved here. So this one is a swivel chair. That's what you have to buy. Maybe when we make our contributions and want to buy chairs for the office, we have to look at this. If you go to Kingdom Books, you will get it. And then we'll buy it for the office. The design and arrangement of environments, products, and systems. So they fit the people to use them. Like I said, the chairs and everything that are brought into the office. They are designed in such a way that when you use them, you don't have any problem. You see them, you sit on them, and you are comfortable. You work behind your bench, that is your table, and you are comfortable. The goal of all this is to optimize human well-being, to achieve efficiency and prevent injuries to your skeletal structure. Ndompe. By adapting the task to the worker rather than forcing the worker to adapt to the task. You don't force the worker to sit down on any chair to do the work. You provide so that the worker is always safe and always healthy. I believe that through that we will increase productivity, less going to the hospital, less sick leaves, and then less any negative tendencies that will affect the company. Ergonomics and posture. Properly adjust your physical workspace to prevent long-term injuries like neck pain, backache, and eye strain, like I just demonstrated. Keep your head centered over your neck and your elbow comfortably resting at 90 degrees. So you sit down. You're like this. It's not like this. It is not like this. But you are comfortable. If your hand is on your table using your mouse and your computer, you are looking at it directly. You don't stretch your hand to use the mouse. It's just there. As soon as you turn it, the cursor will turn on the computer and you will see it. You don't force yourself. Foot placement. Ensure your feet are flat on the floor. You may use a foot rest if necessary. Everybody is sitting down, the foot is flat on the floor as you are sitting down. And that is how you have to sit down. Always your foot is on the floor. If you have a problem with your legs, then maybe you have to get a foot rest. Then you stretch it so that you don't always feel the pain. Stand up, stretch and walk around every 30 minutes to enhance your blood circulation. It's very, very important in the office. So Julie, when you come to the office, after 30 minutes or 1 hour, just wake up and then walk around. Walk around. It enhances your blood circulation. Then you come and sit down. There are people who go to the office and they sit down for hours. They don't wake up. I had a boss like that. He's a military officer. He sits down and by the time he wakes up, that means that he's going home. And he's always behind his computer. He will never wake up and go anywhere unless maybe to wee-wee. That one cry doesn't even take 30 minutes. You just come back and then come and sit down. Finally, when he was going home, he was walking like this because it affected him. You sit down too many times or too long, it also affects your posture. So once a while, when you sit down, you walk around a little, you get the blood circulating, and everything becomes all right. Master, I think we're almost done. Eye care, reduce eye strain. Like I was saying, the computer, it should be at level with your eyes. It doesn't go up. You strain it when there's no light, and then you raise your neck, and then you have neck pain. You're always straight. You are looking at your computer from your chair or your desk straight. The top of your computer monitor screen should be at your slightly below eye level to prevent neck strain. I was talking about neck strain. And then you are straining your eyes. You can't see the thing. Meanwhile, there's no light. And you're not telling anybody to put on the light for you. Or the light is bent and they have to replace it. Or you're not doing it. And you keep straining your eyes looking on the computer. Even if you are wearing the spectacles and you're not doing the right thing, you will not get the effect. You will never get the correct effect, even when you are wearing the spectacles. Okay, let's go. Housekeeping at workplace, even in our homes. We talk about housekeeping. What does it mean? So it refers to the management, care, and continuous upkeep of a property or organization. It involves maintaining a clean, orderly, safe, and pleasant environment, whether in a private home or a commercial setting. So I will pardon this one because they don't have space. But a very poor housekeeping environment is this one, where you don't even have enough or proper space to turn around. Anybody, I'm in a hurry. Now, watch me. Yes, I intentionally did it. So it means that this thing can come here so that you create enough space here for people to pass. Somebody will want to come and pass here, and you lock it up. What happens to the equipment? It falls down and it gets damaged. So it is part of proper housekeeping. Another proper housekeeping is that you don't just throw cables around. Everywhere there is cable. Everywhere there is cable. It is a recipe for accident. Even the plug which is inside there, if somebody's leg enters the cable, what happens? The cable or the plug comes out. And what happens to the equipment? Sometimes the entanglement is so hard that as soon as you want to remove your leg, it pulls down the whole equipment. It drops on the ground and it spoils. So please try and do something about it. It's very, very important. You have a lot of money there, but the management is wrong. Try and do something about it. It's very, very important. Now, in the office too, we have slips. Ivan, shall we go? Arnold. We have slips. And slip is just, for the sake of you here, a Patrick. You slip. Why did you slip? Because the floor is wet. It is somebody's responsibility to ensure that the wet floor is taken care of. You keep it dry. And even when you are mopping and there are people walking around, what you do is that you fix a sign. There's a signage there. Wet floor, be careful. So there's a signage. If there's no signage and you are walking in such places, it can happen in your own house, your kitchen, your hall, wherever. Even in your washroom. If you don't like scrubbing your washroom, the oils and all those things that you buy from your body, they make the floor slimy and slippery. See, they make it very slimy and slippery. So the little water, if you go inside, if you're not careful, you drop. And in the bathroom, when you drop, there's nothing to hold you. Your head will just go, bam. So you see somebody poured coffee. You have to clean it sharp, sharp. So nobody in the office, people wear high heels. The stills, they don't sleep. Now when you have, this is the cables that I was talking about. You see it? Plenty of them. Some are even placed under rags. And when there's a problem like that, or the cable is burning because of the rag, it will aid it to burn faster. It will burn. So that's the caution sign here. The place is maybe slippery. Or maybe there's a step, or they are doing something there. You just put the caution sign there to aid people so that they don't fall into such traps. Can we go, please? Then we have electrical fires in the office. And this one is not only in the office. We do it at home, but we don't take notice of it. The TV, we have a multi-socket inside, the main plug. The TV is on it. The decoder is on it. The fan is on it. Everything that has cable is on it. And then we'll add the phone. And the phone is there. And all this will be taking power. And so the multi-socket becomes heated up. And what happens? It becomes too heated up because they are cables. They start melting. They'll burn. That one too can cause the office to burn. So you have to separate all your power sources. At least for the multi-socket, you can put 2. Brother Lawson, at least the multi-socket, you put 2. If you have what do you call it? Extension cable, that one too. You make sure that every hole has only one thing inside. Sometimes scrapple, there might be 3 places to put, but put only 2. Because recently the cables that come, the wire inside, very thin. So it's not strong. The slightest heat, it will burn. Now, look at this. And we'll do it in our homes. Do it in our homes. The cable is not good. Instead of changing it, I don't have money. Let me just tape it and then fix it there. Oh, even your charger, your phone charger, you see that the cable is peeling off. And then you still use it. Is my time up? Then you still use it. You see that it will also catch fire. One day, the heat will be too much. You cannot stand it because of the diameter of the cable inside. It will catch fire. It will burn. If you are not careful, it burns all your computer. And those ones, they happen when there's nobody in the office. When all of you have gone home, then it will explode. It will burn. Before you come the next day, all your computers, your desk, your chair, everything is burnt. Now, to be on the safer side, like I said earlier on, you need to know where extinguishers are placed. You place them at vantage points. At a reach where you don't suffer or you don't struggle to get hold of it. 2 steps, you are there. You pick it and you start to use it to put out the fire. But remember one thing. If it is an electrical fire, don't go straight and start putting out the electrical fire. Look for the source of the power. Where we have the source of the power, that is the mains, what they call the mains. As soon as you put the mains off, the whole thing becomes ordinary fire. And then you can use your extinguisher. If you are using your extinguisher and it gets finished, call the fire service 192 and they can be of help to you. You don't put things to obstruct the entrance. This is the entrance, like this. Then you place some things there, chairs, or like these old speakers, you place them there. Somebody wants to come inside, there's a problem. Or there's a problem in here and we want to go out because of the obstruction there. The place is not wide open, it's not clean. You see that people will jump. They will jump into others. And in that pandemonium, we'll fall down and people will step on our heads and they'll run. By the time everything is clear, somebody is dead. And now when you head injury or body injury, we have to take note of that. So when you are doing this housekeeping thing, be very, very meticulous about it. Don't put things in obscure corners. Anything that you are doing, let it be clear. Clear. Don't fix things behind the doors. Don't fix things in the office or maybe on the office cabinet. You've arranged things, the cabinet itself has this height. But you have arranged things that it is about 2 times the cabinet itself. One day, you want to look for something, you are opening the cabinet because it's shaking. Whatever is on top of the cabinet will drop and it will drop on your head. You have to be very careful. If we place things high above your level, don't stand on a swivel chair. Get the appropriate tool, like a ladder, a step ladder or an extension ladder. Then you can use it to take whatever. But don't stand on the swivel chair, because the swivel chair, as soon as you stand on it, it will turn. Most times, they are not very strong. They break. And then what happens to you? You fall. And when you fall, you injured yourself, either your leg or your head. Yes, sir. So, we'll bring it to an end now. Thank you very much. So, we'll be receiving questions. It's question time. If anybody has any question, then we proceed. Yes. Brother Lawson, there's somebody there. Brother Lawson. Brother Lawson. Okay.
Thank you for this wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
My question has to do with the cylinder. I think one of your subtopics, the quick don'ts. One of the points is that the cylinder should be placed straight.
Upright.
Yes, please. So in the case where we go to the filling station, fill it, and then put it in a car. But it's being lied in the car. So in that case, what do we do? Because looking at the boot, it cannot really stand.
Okay. But we are talking about installation. So when you are installing it, you don't let it lie down like this. But in the car, yes, you can fix it like that. In fact, when you watch the Okada people, when they go to fill your cylinder for you, especially the 14.5, the bigger ones, they tie it at the back and it's not upright. It's lying down. What you do is that when the person brings or you send the cylinder home, let your cylinder rest for some time, at least about 30 to 40 minutes. So if you want to cook early and your cylinder is finished, Masa, hurry up and go and bring it. There are people, as soon as they bring the cylinder, they fix it. Pa! Because it has not settled. There might be leaks somewhere. Before you realize, boom. So when you bring it like that, slide down like that, and you bring it home, Let it stay for some time so that it will settle, it will cool down. Look, this thing inside the cylinder, the gas inside the cylinder, when you are moving it, when it's moving and it's shaking like this, when they are filling it, it doesn't get to the brim. There is a space for movements. Now, if the shaking is too much, then it begins to expand. Yes, it begins to expand inside. It begins to expand. So if you don't want it, you don't allow it to settle down for some time, this is what will happen. There will be an explosion. So when you bring it, after filling it, you can put it in your car boot. When you bring it, you see, it is not also good to put it in your car. You are sitting down in the car and you fix it in the car. Sometimes it is behind the passenger seat, and between the passenger seat and the front passenger and the back passenger, in between there. That one too is problematic. The car itself is using petrol. There might be sparks as we're going along. You do not know. And so these sparks will also aid. If the gas has any leakage, then before you notice, well, then you are dead. Let me give you one good thing to do. Anytime you are going to fill your cylinder, tell them what they should do. They should first change the rubber seal, and they check the valve itself if it's not leaking. As soon as you finish, you leave the place for them to do their filling, because even in the filling there could be explosion. Likewise, if you are driving your car and you get to the fuel station, sometimes we are in a hurry, but the best thing to do is that as soon as you park in front of the pump, you tell the person, I want 100. Move out of your car, go and stand somewhere. That one, I have seen it. That one, I have seen it. There was an explosion. The woman and the children in the car, everybody got bent. So when they are filling your car for you, go and stand somewhere else. When they finish, you come and pick your car and you go. That is free. This one is for free. Yeah, any more questions, please?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Rabbi.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for your presentation.
You're welcome, sir.
I want to know, do I have to always remove the regulator from the cylinder after I'm done cooking? Or do I have to leave it on the cylinder? Thank you.
Okay. As soon as you fix the regulator, it's always there. You see, you fix, you move. You fix, you move. You fix, you move. There's a rubber seal at the base of the regulator. It gets spoiled. So what you do is that you fix it on it, but the switching on and the switching off is what you have to always be attentive about. So when you have connected it to the burner and you want to cook, you go to your cylinder and open the knob. You put it on. You come to your burner. You don't put it on before you strike your matches. So that you strike your matches, then you put it there. And it's on. Because when you are moving and putting it back, the rubber seal beneath the regulator, it gets spoiled. And that one, it gets spoiled early. That rubber there gets spoiled early.
Okay, a follow-up question.
Yes, sir.
So let's say my cylinder is behind the kitchen wall, and I can't always be turning it on and turning it off. Can I leave it on all the time whilst my burner is inside the kitchen?
Yes, you can. In fact, that is very, very, very okay because it is outside. So there's a lot of ventilation. So that one, you can put it on and leave it. But then, it shouldn't be in the sun. It should be protected somewhere. Okay? It should be protected somewhere. If it is directly in the sun, the expansion That one will also affect the rubber, the hose. Yes. So you can fix it there. Even that one is very ideal for you. You don't always go there. All that you do is that once a while you go and check if there are any leakages. But because there are leakages there and it is in a very open place, full of ventilation, and one day, yes, you only go and open from your burner's the standpoint, and then you start using it.
Yes, sir. Please, I want to know if there's an appropriate way to wash your gas, especially the burner. Because when I was much younger, I remember my grandma used to put soap in the water, sponge, and then we'll be scrubbing the burner. Like, drying and kasa. So at the end of the day, there's water or there's liquid inside of the burner. So if there's an appropriate way to go about that.
It depends on what you call appropriate. But I think the burner, the only thing that you have to do with the burner is those 4 round things. You move it, you wash it, and then you remove those debris inside. Yeah, you just move those things. What is an exhibition? So you have to be very careful. Because, you see, when there's water inside and the gas is also spilled on it, because the water is heavier than the gas, if it's burning, with all your water inside, it will burn. It's light. And if you combine it with water, the water will go to the base and the gas will be on top. So whether you scrub it or not, if there's an explosion, it doesn't matter, it will burn. Yep. Yes, sir.
Thank you. It's about the cylinder, the tubes. You mentioned about something about the security about the hose. When we are going to buy it, check about the leakages. So how can someone who can identify whether the hose is good or bad? That is number one. Number two, number two is about, you talk about the expiring date of the cylinder. Someone also can clean the bottom of the cylinder and he will put another sticker with a different date. With different date. Or somebody also will go and spray the cylinder so that it can become new again. So can we have another way when you are going to buy the cylinder, you can determine to know whether the cylinder is...
Very good question. I like that. You see, the cylinder, apart from checking the base for the expiry date and all those things, you will see that on the cylinder, something has been embossed, has been written on it. At the top, this one. Anna, can you please give me one cylinder? At the top, the whole information about the company, the day it was manufactured, what type of gas can be used in there, or all those informations. Like you go to buy your tie, your car tie. There are a lot of informations that we don't even look out for. We only go, oh, this tie, it is correct. You put it under your car and you are going and the car is shaking. But it's a nice tie. And the car is just wobbling like that. Meanwhile, you bought a very nice tie. Those are some of the things. So apart from the base that you can get the expiry date, look out for those embossed things, information on the cylinder. There are a lot of information on the cylinder, which we don't even care. Yeah, the answer, we've seen the cylinder is nice. There are new cylinders that are coming up. They wear them net. You have to be very careful with those cylinders. Very careful with those cylinders. They're very dangerous. Those cylinders. They're very light. It's very, very light. And in these our conditions, with the heat, Master, those things are for you. They are for Europe. They are not for Africa. These tropical distance. So apart from like what I said, apart from the base, you can look out for the information. The company that manufactured the cylinder, all those little informations are there. And when you look at it, you see. The second one was the hose. The hose, because we are in a hurry, our minds are not averted to it. You see, the hose can be in the shop for maybe 10 years. Nobody has bought it. One day they'll bring it out and sell it. What you do is that you keep running your hand on the hose and try to squeeze them. If there's a break, you'll see it. But with the naked eyes, that one you can't see it. But if you know what you are looking for, you will definitely see it. Because you have to be pressing. Like between your fingers, you are pressing to see if they are okay. Well, some of the poles, they are very nice, very, very nice. Especially those ones, the blue ones. There's one blue one. Yes, those holes. Small time, they are hard. They can crack. Maybe the storage too. The storage, they didn't put it at the right place. No proper ventilation, nothing to cool it. It's not in a dehumidified warehouse where you have the appropriate air circulating to get them in the right flame. That one, anything can happen to them. You will not see with your naked eyes.
Thank you very much. Can we also know the type of the material they use to manufacture the cylinder?
This one, then I have gone inside. Wow. I'm not sure it's stainless steel. No. I'm not sure it's stainless steel. Look, this cylinder and this one is better than this. Okay, in terms of it's you can say unwarding strength and duration. Yes, the cylinder, the extinguisher is stronger than this one. That is why this one. You can leave the extinguisher on the floor. There will be no corrosion, nothing. But you leave your extinguisher, a cylinder on the floor, and yourself watch it. So it's not made up of a very thick metal or that. I don't know the composition, though. I don't know the composition. But I'm not sure. It's only just to carry the gas inside. Yes. It's something there to just carry. Like we have so many flasks that we use. But there are some flasks, when you put hot water inside, the flat itself will melt. Within 2 minutes, the flask will go cold. There are some of the flasks too, it only needs cold water. If you put cold water or lukewarm or room temperature water inside, fine, you can keep it. But if the water gets above a certain temperature, you pour it inside, it will melt. That is why in there are certain flasks, there's this glass-like something inside. It's exactly like this. This one, the cylinder here, all this place is held on inside here with a, what do you call it? Oh, you yourself help me. You work on it. You work on it, so help me. Yes.
Question.
Okay.
It's about housekeeping.
Yeah.
Housekeeping at workplace. The office, maybe you are not there alone. That you people are printing. You are many in the office. And you discover some hazard around somebody's desk. unsafe condition, like water has been poured, maybe around the floor, and you are not in good terms with the person because of certain things, because we are Christian, how can somebody who approach the person to overcome that kind of problem?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like you said yourself, as for me, I'm a Christian, so I don't want trouble. Oh. But you see, you said earlier on that you were many in the office, but you are not in talking terms with one particular person. So you can direct your problem to the other person to speak on your behalf, and the problem will be solved. But ideally, I don't see why you should be in the office and you're not on talking terms, because it's dangerous. So it's dangerous. You are in the same office and you are not on talking terms with somebody. Hey, Master, you are dead. Oh. Even we are in talking terms with the person, they are trying to eliminate you and you are not. Master. But like I said, you can just talk to the next person who is okay with the person, and you'll go and just deal with it. But as for not in talking terms here, if you take from inside.
Okay. Hello.
Chief Engineer, any question for me? Or you come and do addition? Or I have done it all? Okay. So, yes, Auntie Ruth.
Thank you, Mr. Larbi.
You're welcome.
Please, I have some series of questions for you.
Okay.
I came in late, though. I came in late, but I don't know. What I was taught is that if you want to switch off your cylinder, after cooking, you switch it off on the cylinder, the knob on the cylinder, for the excess gas in the hose to go back into the cylinder before you turn the knob off the stove.
Burner.
Yes. But normally, when you do that and you don't come back to turn the knob off the stove, and you want to cook again, and you switch on the gas on the cylinder, sometimes you forget and the worst can happen. So I wasn't doing it that way until I think last year or 2 years, the fire service people came in here and they also said the same thing. So what is the right way? Because I've been teaching this for years. I don't know if it's right or not. So please, what is the right way?
Okay. You see, the right way is you switch on from the cylinder before you go to the burner and switch on. Same, when you want to, and if it's just closer, you go back. Why you do that is that when you switch off from the cylinder, all that is in the pipe to the distance, the burner burns all that one. It burns it. So you see that for a short while, the flame goes off. Then you can put off the knob. That is when you want to be very sure that you are doing the right thing. But like you said, sometimes you can forget, or you are in a hurry to go somewhere. So you didn't come back again. And now you come back and you want to use the burner. First of all, you check for any scent, gas scent. Then you open your windows, create a lot of ventilation. Then you can put it on. But you see, as soon as you leave it like that, the gas is still flowing. It's inside. It's inside the line to the burner. The gas is from the cylinder there. It's still inside to the burner. So it's just on standby here. And so if there are leakages, as soon as you strike the matches, there will be explosion.
Thank you. And this is actually not a question, but to add up to what you said.
Sure.
To the women, even some of the men cook often.
Like
Normally we want to conserve some gas, but we don't know how to go about it. We have, how will I put it? The burners comes in different sizes.
Yeah.
We have the small, the medium, the big. And then you want to boil an egg. And you go in for a very small saucepan with just one egg. And then you put it on the big burner, the flame all around the saucepan is just going waste. So if you want to boil an egg, small saucepan on the small burner, and then you conserve a lot of gas. Now, sometimes we should know the minutes to cook our food. For instance, egg takes about just 5 minutes. If you boil the water before putting in the egg, then 2 minutes, because you boil the water for maybe 3 minutes, and you put in the egg for 2 minutes, you conserve a lot of gas. Okay. And the third one, about the housekeeping. I don't know, most women think when you decorate your kitchen with lots of saucepans and equipment, then it means you are a rich woman. But rather, you are causing a lot of harm to yourself. No source of ventilation, lighting, poor lighting. You just have to keep just some few items you need in the kitchen so that you don't bump into things to cause accidents in the kitchen. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Always at home, try and create a safe environment for yourself. Look, safety is an individual issue. Safety, likewise security. It's an individual issue, because you have to create your own safety. In your house, would you want yourself to be bent? No. So you create your own safety for yourself. So don't put things when there are some kitchens when you enter. Allah, it's not good crowd. This one is lying here. This one is there. There's plenty things just fixed around. So create yourself a good and safe environment for yourself, so that you don't enter or have any injuries or any accident. Likewise, security. We may put private securities or physical security around, but the security for you is your personal issue. You have to ensure that you, wherever you go, wherever you are standing, wherever you find yourself, I am safe. Don't just think that because there's private security outside, so he's supposed to take care of everything. No way. It's not right. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Uncle Ben, please.
I hope my time is not up. It is. Oh, time's up. So your last question.
Yes. Can mobile phones cause gas explosion in the kitchen?
Plenty. Mobile phones, when they heat up, sometimes when you are speaking you are using your phone, you feel the heat. And when they heat up, they can cause a lot of problems, especially when you are using the gas. See, this gas is going around though, looking for some place to just do some havoc. Yes. And so if you have a clean environment, then you will not experience it. But if not, especially when you are cooking in the burner and the phone is... Yeah, you see, I told you, this thing that they are doing is not good. You see, you are killing yourself. Because anything can happen to the phone. There are pictures that we have seen that the phone is on charge, but it caught fire. And when you go to the filling station to fill your gas or your fuel or petrol or those things, don't use the phone. The phone, you see it like that, it's a good friend, but it can harm you. Yeah. So I think we are okay with it today. Hello. Hello. I want to hear it from here. So, Mr. Announcer, I think.
Amen. So I think it's been a time worth spending. In fact, I've picked up some few things. I think I need to change my cylinder tomorrow. My cylinder is 12 years old. But I don't use it often, so this year I've used it like twice. But it means, please take this Guys, you said you were able to record, right? So put it on the page. I think a lot of information, especially in Lagos. If you try and keep your cylinder out, the second owner. We have shareholders. These days, I see the masons. They are able to drill the hole, put in, a cage. So do that. But don't forget your personal safety. Thank you so much, Mr. Larbi. The Lord bless you. Mr. Larbi Senior is the most senior of all of us. So Mr. Larbi Senior. He's one of the, this one, one of the reasons why I decided that I will mark myself. So I will be a doctor. And today my daughter was asking me, so who is going to be Dr. Larbi? I said, I'll be Dr. Larbi 1, Larbi 2, Larbi 3. Yes. That's just by the way. Thank you so much. Men Ministry, thank you. But the men, you will agree with me, we have a lot of work to do. We need to robe in a lot of the guys in church. Menyo, the women are even more than us. Meanwhile, it's our program. You see, there is an attitude the church must run very fast to solve. This thing that people think they can use God. You are wasting time, because it doesn't work. You can't use God. People are busy. Yesterday I was telling, when I got up to pray, I forgot about the match, to be honest. I forgot about the match. So I was just praying. What made me aware of the match? Around 12:58, people were shouting, "Go!" Now, so the men, let's agree. We have to. We are doing a reorganization, especially. I've seen a few people, and I'm quite concerned. You see, when you see successful people, don't just let it give you hope. Find out what they do. It's a behavior, it's an attitude. So thank you. Please bring your offering quickly. Tomorrow we are receiving Credit Union. We want to give them a lot of time, but I also don't want us to go beyond the 8 p.m. I am very much concerned about our service times. So tomorrow, please bring your offering. Tomorrow we